Welcome, everyone, and pull up a seat at the table. It's Lunchtime in Rome. Tonight's episode 298 is titled Julia Michalski. Born in Rochester, college at Pitt, dental hygienist by day, young life leader by night. What's that like? We'll be talking about that and getting to know Julia at the table this evening. So pull up a seat and join us. First-time listeners can subscribe on your favorite podcast app or watch us live or later on YouTube at Lunchtime in Rome. Visit us at lunchtimeinrome.com, and while there, you can take our relational needs questionnaire, just as Julia has done. Make sure to follow us on all social media, and it'd be great if you gave us a 5-star review. Jay, what specifically is this podcast about?
At the table, we strive to love one another and help you to do the same. Some weeks we will have someone join us, like this week, so that you can get to know them and learn a little bit about yourself in the process. Other weeks, we dive into a topic. Romans 12:15 says to rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. That's what we do. So while it may not be 12:15 in Rome, we're treating it like it is lunchtime in Rome.
We couldn't hear it.
Why don't we hear it?
We were pausing for the applause.
Oh, this used to happen.
I thought Eric was on tech tonight. Who's this guy?
Hey, so we tend to about 40% of the time, and I just secured somebody else to be at the table. Big time guest.
Wow. Next week?
No. November sometime. But
Santa Claus.
No, not Santa Claus, Eric.
The Thanksgiving turkey.
No, the Great Pumpkin. Because he'll be done with Halloween by then.
Yeah.
As it is.
Free time.
Point of the story. No, actually, it's Linus. So we do our big updates and we do everything else. But now we've realized that we've shortchanged every guest we've had up until now.
Let's get them all back on. Do it again.
Run it back. That's what episode 300 is. It's sort of like the season finale of Seinfeld, the series finale of Seinfeld. We're bringing everybody back.
Nice.
And we're going to bring them all up front. I just want to say, so we're going to just do a real brief, not even a catch up. If you got something to say, if you don't. I just want to say that my new thing, I did it before, but I did it again, and I'm doing it right now. And that is, I love making my own chili powder. I grew some Fresno chilies in the planter by the driveway. And then I harvest them, for lack of a better term, and I deseed them and devein them, and I put them in a food dehydrator, and then I grind them up.
There we go. I was waiting for the dehydration
And
step.
so now
Okay.
I bought some jalapenos from Carlos last week down in Verona. Thing. I got something else to say. This is going to take forever. Anyhow, and so I roasted those, peeled them, and now they're in the food dehydrator. It's unbelievable when you grind them up. It's the freshest of anything you've ever imagined. This, I want to point out that it's Hispanic Heritage Month.
Okay.
I saw it today, from September 15th through October 15th.
I like it.
I don't.
Why not start at the beginning of the month?
Why not?
Everybody else does.
It's Hispanic Heritage 30 days.
Yes.
It's not a month.
It's not a month.
That doesn't make any sense. The month of October is pasta month.
Did
National
not know.
Pasta
Do you know of
Month.
any good pastas?
The
Problem is you can't get good fresh pasta in a grocery
But that's
store.
not true.
From Italy.
You
Well, tell me
certainly
about
can.
it.
The Community Market carries a fine fresh pasta.
What's it called?
It's called Nona's.
Is that imported?
It is imported straight from Italy.
Is it frozen?
It is not frozen.
But it was
should
frozen.
not be frozen.
Never
Ever.
frozen.
Never frozen.
That's incredible.
Do you know what? There's 13 grams of protein in this pasta.
That's more than the average pasta.
That's a lot of protein.
Wow.
Crazy.
So you get the fresh pasta taste and feel without having to make it yourself.
And you can hold it in your fridge for 5 months.
I have.
That's it. I think the owner of Nona's Pasta owes us some
podcast time.
Yeah, some advertising.
We'll talk to.
money.
I think
Yeah.
I can.
Probably now's not the time to bring it up.
especially today. Oh,
Good
boy.
times. Good times.
Oh boy.
Anybody else got anything like, homemade chili pepper or?
I'm going to say something really important.
Oh yeah.
It's weather related. We've had the biggest drought season, and now I'm like I just can't wait for it to cool off and have some rain. And I was looking at the weather for this week, and it's like high in the 70s instead of 80s, and rain. And I was so excited, but all it's been is a humid rainforest. I'm like sweating through work
humid.
every day. It's really annoying.
Gets a little clammy.
Yeah,
Well, come over. I still have the pool open. Swimming every morning. Every
Thank
day.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
You ran out a lot this summer.
A lot of mustard gas still.
No, it's all gone. It's cleared from my lungs. It's cleared from the air.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What about you, Brian? Anything going on? Another boring
Going
week.
to Vegas next week.
Vegas, baby. Vegas.
Yeah, going to Vegas. I was invited to speak at the International Bottled Water Association conference.
Wait a minute. Are you serious right now?
I am.
I am so happy.
I have an hour to speak on bottled water, optimization, routing.
You've come like full circle. Well, not that you ever totally left water, but like I'm just saying, like you are.
The IBWC.
I mean, you've not. It's okay. It's not full circle. It's full.
IBWAC.
It's full ladder. You've gone
Association
from like
conference.
water delivery guy all the way up to telling everybody what they should do with their water.
That's right.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I'm excited about it. I think I'm excited about it. I made my slideshow. It's a long one. It's an hour to speak. It's an hour to speak.
An hour's a long time.
An hour is a long time.
On any topic.
And so I got feedback, and the person that gave me feedback said, that's a little long. I said, well, I think I would rather have all of this, because the worst thing to do would be to go, 25 minutes in. Sorry.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah. Yeah, you want to do a round table? Anybody want to say anything? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I leave.
Let's do the wave.
Leave Sunday, come back Wednesday. I have a straight shot each way.
No connection.
No connections,
Vegas,
but it is
baby.
Spirit Airlines.
Entertainment.
So yeah, we'll see.
You're only in trouble if somebody needs medical attention.
Am I?
Yeah, well, no doctor flies Spirit.
Oh, okay.
So if they say there's like a doctor on the plane, they're like, it's Spirit. There's no doctors.
All right. Well,
That's why they call it spirit. You're becoming a spirit.
I live dangerous.
You're on your way. She gets it. So
Who was that?
That is Julia. But before we get to her, we want to give thanks to Groot from the Hooked on Jesus podcast, Larianne, Bethany, Mary Lynn, Ashley, and Breaking 90 for sitting at the head of the table. You too can sit at the head of the table and get all the accolades and benefits that comes from that by going to, I almost said jmitlow.com. That won't help you, but check it out. Audiobook. It's out, sort of, in a lot of places, not everywhere.
Also
But
linked at Lunchtime in Rome, right?
my book?
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Oh, we should.
Anyhow, lunchtimeinrome.com and become a paid subscriber. Hey, Julia Michalski is with us here this evening. Julia, touch on the things that we described you as. Born in Rochester, college at Pitt, dental hygienist by day, young life leader by night. Which of those stands out the most to you?
That's a really good question, actually. I don't know. I feel like my first instinct would be to say the dental hygienist. No
Interesting.
offense to the young life leader, because I think that's the newest one thrown in the
Or
mix.
your family for raising you in a beautiful town called
Well,
Rochester.
yeah. And it's great, but the way I describe it is it's like Pitt on a smaller scale, hence why I'm here. So love the family, but I do enjoy the slightly bigger city feel. So, you know.
Ethan we were taking a look at RIT. So we started that whole thing 2 years ago. He spent a week there in the summer. And yeah, that's a great way to describe it. It's he described the campus itself as very corporate and technological.
I've heard prison-like, but yeah.
There were
Spoken like somebody from there.
There were all these
Yes.
there were all these subterranean tunnels because
Yeah.
they said it gets so cold because they're right next to the lake. It gets so cold in the winter. They build all these tunnels so the kids don't have to walk across campus. They can walk underneath.
I did not know we kept Rochester by the lake.
Yeah. It's what, half an hour, 20 minutes from...
Yeah, maybe. It's
Yeah.
really close. So the
Just
lake
enough to
effect
get
snows.
dumped on by all the snow.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Can I tell you a little personal, quick story about Rochester?
No.
When I was young, well, okay, so my dad, too bad. My father went to seminary in Rochester.
Okay.
No way.
Okay.
This is, story for
Raise your
another
hand
time.
if you just learned that Chris's dad went to seminary.
Okay.
It did not did become a big influence. Anyway, we're not getting into that.
Attaboy.
However, so that was before I was born. When I was young, my parents had still left over. They had like one of those like maps of the town that like have like advertisers pay to be on it. So it's like this cool little cartoonish map, and it has like restaurants and sites, to go see and everything. And it looked like just the coolest place that my like 4-year-old brain had ever I'm like, I have got to
Rochester.
get
To
to
be
Rochester.
Fair,
Yeah.
you were living in Titusville.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Wow, I want to go to Rochester.
The big
'cause
city.
It's a bigger version of Titusville.
Yeah.
No, that's Oil City.
How many people live in Rochester, approximately?
that's a great question,
24,000.
Chris.
More than 20, less than
24,000.
1,000,005.
No, I have no idea.
Okay. More than the 6,000 of Titusville.
Do you
Yes.
have Anderson's over there? Anderson's roast beef, and no, that might be Buffalo.
Yeah,
know
I think so. That
It's
sounds right.
Very popular in Buffalo.
So when somebody comes on to come to sit at the table, they, just like you, go to lunchtimeinrome.com and take a relational needs questionnaire. And it gives you a score of as high as 10 or as low as -10 on what your emotional needs are. And in the past, we sort of meandered them, gently folded them into the conversation. But you know what? Julia said, I want to be a trendsetter. She said, everything I do, I'm the first and I am a pioneer and I want to be the first to do this differently. She didn't say any of that. But Julia, your two highest emotional needs are appreciation and encouragement. And not that much higher than everything else. You have 4 that are kind of high, but appreciation is pretty self-evident. It's being thanked for what you do. And encouragement is verbal. I believe in you. You can get this done, whatever else. Which of those, like, how does somebody meet those needs for you? Like, who does it that really, you feel a bump? Is it, who is it when you get appreciated? Is it everybody? Is it family and friends? When does it really like give you that boost that you're like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about? Work. Sorry.
Can you explain one time for the audience what appreciation is, just so that we're very clear?
Well,
on that?
I said it very quickly there, so I'll take a second and do it more. Thank you for slowing me down. Appreciation is somebody showing you gratitude for something you have done or something you have said or something that you have accomplished. It's being thanked, for lack of a better term. To not use the term in the definition, but it's being appreciated for who you are or what you've done, but more towards what you have done.
I think honestly, I appreciate the appreciation most at work because that's what I like throw myself into on the daily. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, if my boss notices something I've done and is like, wow, Julia, you're really stepping it up today. I'm like, man, I'm not just like a little noob at work that just graduated a year ago. I'm like actually good at this, which, that might be a little extreme, but
It's almost a caricaturization of what you actually feel.
That's a real word.
yes.
I didn't find it for a while, though.
So that
Yeah.
makes you feel validated.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that validation is important to you in your job, or something that you feel passionate about doing that's very meaningful to you.
Yeah, I don't think I would like to admit enjoying validation because to me, I'd be like, wow, that sounds like I'm kind of shallow. But I'm like, I think when it's validation for something that I'm prioritizing in my life and like throwing a lot of my effort into.
And spend a lot of money to learn about, and
That is true.
time.
Yeah.
And so do you feel like, so you're putting your time and effort in at your job daily, and then someone at work, whether it's above you or same, whatever, somebody at work comes to you and says, hey, I noticed how you did this, and that was great. Like, so that fills you, right? So you've got this sort of sense of, I'm noticed. Okay. Now, does that give you any sort of discomfort because your need for attention is one of your lower? So I'm just curious about the balance there.
Yeah, no, that's a really good question because you're completely right, Chris. Like, if someone makes that comment, I'm like, wow, that feels great. But then I'm also shying it off like, oh no, like, yeah, I don't need the credit for that. Like, it's okay. But internally, I'm like, oh, this is lovely.
Well, and if somebody comes up to you one-on-one and says, great job, saw what you've been doing, you're doing a nice job. That's great. If it was a staff meeting and they said, hey, everybody, we want to show that Julia's really been stepping up, you'd pull your shirt up over your head and just disappear.
That exact moment actually happened last Thursday.
Well,
at
then
a
I'm very
work meeting.
excited and sad for you.
Yeah. Well, the plot twist was I thought it was my boss, and it was really my male coworker, fellow hygienist.
Pointed that you did a good job? Or
Yeah,
got the
and it was like anonymous. So I was like, oh, it's my, and my boss mentioned it on the, paper that we had that we were talking about. So I thought it was her. And then it was actually my coworker. And I was like, oh, when he said, like, he pulled me aside the day after and was like, oh yeah, I've really been impressed with how you've been, doing whatever at work. I'm like, Thanks.
Well, guy dental
Womp womp.
hygienists are weird, anyways, right? That was the. That's the
Well, you didn't hear it from
It's
me.
not a thing.
This is the
I
21st
think it was
century,
a thing
Brian.
last night I heard. But I was thinking about the appreciation and how you feel validated in that. And I was looking at your need for security, and I'm wondering if when you get appreciated in that way that really resonates with you, you have that validation because you've spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of investment to become this version of yourself. And so I think maybe that makes you feel justified in your investment, which speaks to your need for security. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think it's just like like you said, like I've just worked hard to get to where I am. I've actually told Joe this before. I'm like, I hate to say it, but lack of motivation in anyone with what they do makes me so mad. Like I've had friends that just are like just genuinely lazy, and I'm like, I need to like not. It's hard for me to associate myself with you because just lack of motivation makes me so frustrated. So, and which isn't the best trait to have because it's kind of rude to other people to just treat how they act like that. But
We should point out for everyone here sitting at the table with us now and or later that Julia does, in fact, know Joe, my son, and they've been dating. We didn't cover that yet, did we?
no, but that's okay.
No, but I didn't think because you said I told Joe, and people at home could be like, "Who's Joe?
That's true.
Who's Joe?" They didn't introduce this character into the story.
Joe, frequent sitter at the table.
He has. He'll tell you. Talk about being motivated.
Well, people being lazy, your lowest need is support, and so I think I always love the difference between I like encouragement and support are kind of
More
She is
often
like that-
than not.
yeah.
She has that
Opposites.
classic,
Yes, she does.
high encouragement, low support. Yeah.
And so again, encouragement is you can do it. You're great. Being told that support is let me come alongside you and help you do something. And you being extremely low on support is interesting to me about what you said, how it really frustrates you when people are lazy because you don't need support. Those people obviously need some kind of support to get moving.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's an interesting connection.
What does it feel like when somebody says like, "Let me help you do that"?
So the thing is, sometimes, like I know that I need help. I'm just not good about asking for it. Like
Sure.
I just don't ask
Well,
for it.
wouldn't needing help be
but-
the worst thing?
I guess that would not be ideal. So
Like when
don't
you're
wanna
in that
have to-
situation, when you're like, okay, I don't know the answer to this, or I don't know what the right thing is here. I have to go to somebody for help. That's not fun for you.
No,
Yeah.
that's like low on my list. Like I try to avoid that at all costs. And if I really can't figure it out, then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ask somebody. But ideally,
you
like
said
I
I'm
figure
gonna
it out.
I gotta ask somebody for
you-
help. I'm an ass.
Are you an only child, first child? Where are you in the pecking order of children?
I am the oldest child. I just have a younger brother. But I think that has also fueled a really strong sense of independence. I also was the one to like leave home. Like my brother still lives at home with my parents, which is fine. And I think it's good for him because he also didn't go to college. He works as like a collision repair tech.
How much younger?
2 years. So it's the same age gap as Joe and Bella.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think growing up like that, and I always had this push like, hey, you need to learn how to like take care of finances on your own, and you need to learn how to do all the schoolwork on your own. Like you can't just always rely on other people to coast through. And even in like high school, I know there were kids in my class that would always be like ragging on me for the answers to stuff. And I was like, you need to learn how to do this on your own. Like it doesn't work like that in the real world. And they're like, whoa, you're only in 10th grade, sister. Like, let's not go crazy.
You were fun.
Well, yeah, sure.
You guys don't have a 401k?
Oh, that was my grandpa. He still asks me every time, you set up your 401k yet? I'm like, oh my
that what
gosh,
his
you can
voice
look at
sounds
it
like?
if you want. Well, with more of a downstate New York accent.
Okay.
But yes.
Downstate New York.
Yeah.
Can I ask a
From the
slightly
city.
more personal question?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
So, no, it's not that.
No, it's just exciting because it's like, wow, where could this possibly go?
Well, I was thinking about childhood. So we were just talking about like your low need for support. Looking back, what's a good age? 12 years old?
A little high. 8.
8
Second
years
grade.
old. Okay. So looking way back, did you even
Whoa,
then?
whoa, not way back.
I was just
Well,
gonna
not
say-
for her, not relatively.
Yeah, I mean-
but for her, it's way back. Did
It's not
you?
picking up on it. It's only 14 years for her.
That's what I'm saying.
You said for her, it's way back.
Yeah.
No, for me, it's way back. For you, it's way back. For her, it's 14 years ago. That's nothing.
And I was just making a joke that she's not that old.
Julie and I are practically the same age, so I don't understand.
Yeah, Chris.
Point of the story is eighth grader,
Anyways, you
8 years old.
Had a really good question. I'm
So
sure.
it's a great question. Do you
How old
back
are you?
then? Did you dislike were you independent back then and wanted to low need for support then, or did you have to be independent because your parents were a little more hands off and
No. So my parent situation is my dad, well, at least from ages 1 to 15, my dad is and was a teacher, so he would work all day, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom. So my mom was always with us. If I ever need anything, honestly, she was my safety net. So I'd be like, oh, if I have to ask someone for help, chances are it's going to be her. And then with the big things, I would ask my dad, but I think it was more of support from the background. He was and is always there for me, but it's not he's very much the opposite of a helicopter parent,
Okay.
lording over me and being like, oh, have you done blah, 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 blah,
so
blah.
it wasn't you're getting support whether you like it or not.
Right.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
if you ask and you need help, I'm here for you, but you need to figure out life kind of as it comes and as the punches hit you.
So when
So-
we have emotional needs, no matter whether they're high or low, it's because they were met or not met. It's kind of just a weird thing. I think correct me if I'm wrong, would you say that, like you just sort of did, Dad didn't offer a lot of support. It wasn't like he was always doing things for you. He would help you if need be. But I think your mother was probably much more likely to help you. So it's sort of like it was both met and not met in
Yeah.
the same parental unit.
Yeah.
Because very often, if your parents did everything for you, you might still have an emotional need of support because you're used to it. Or if they did everything for you, you're like, oh, let me do it on my own.
Yeah.
Whereas you had kind of both, and that's kind of rare.
Yeah, and
It's
I think
interesting.
I think it's still reflected because my dad is still very much make sure you're keeping track of your finances and doing this, and he's always oh, you need to make sure you change your registration over to Pennsylvania, and just keeping my adulting life kind of in order.
Which is good because he's encouraging you to do those things.
That is true. And then my mom, and he'll be like, okay, you need to take out a loan from this person and this person if you don't have enough money to pay for this. And my mom will be like, I'll give you some money. I'll get you this for when you're home and whatever. So it's that kind of dynamic where he's keeping me on my toes and making sure I'm doing the adult things I need to. And she's like, here, honey, I'll get you this.
Your voices
sneaking
are
you-
great, by the
She's
way.
sneaking you the
I mean,
picnic
I've met your mother.
basket full of.
That's exactly how she talks.
You think?
No.
Oh.
But what I think is nice is you speak fondly of both of your parents, and they have different roles in that. And I
Yeah.
think that's a testimony to them as parents and also to you as a mature person that you're you don't get frustrated that Dad isn't helping me more.
Yeah.
And Mom, quit cutting me off, or cutting my legs out from underneath me.
Yeah.
You appreciate what they offer you in both regards.
Well, I think they're differing. I wouldn't change it for the world because I think it shaped me into who I am, and
Sure.
I do. I'm thankful I have the independence that I do because
pretty independent young lady.
there's some people I see, I'm I think if you had a little more independence in your life, that would help you a lot. But I'm not going to sit there and be like, you need to do X, Y, and Z.
she
I'm
has
just.
her
But
own-
you'd
she has
sound
her
just
own
like
voice.
your mom
Sounds a
there.
little higher. It's a little higher than
You
mine.
say we're similar.
Yeah.
By the way, I did notice your license plate still is New York. So if you're going to be here, you should probably get a Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah. I hate the Pennsylvania license plate. It's so ugly.
Have you seen
Sorry,
the new one?
Pennsylvanians.
The new one, it has the
I
Liberty
have.
Bell.
I like the new
It's
one.
better.
Yeah,
It's improved.
yeah.
So now I will change my
Well,
ways.
and I was talking to the Pennsylvania license plate, said that Julia was ugly.
Really?
It's okay.
That's very rude.
It's not the first time I've heard that. So
From a license plate.
From the license plate. That Illinois son of a gun. I'm still coming after him there. Lincoln State, or whatever they're called, land of Lincoln.
Illinois.
yes.
Wow. Why is that in my brain? Let's go to your need for acceptance. That is being loved even though you've made a mistake. It's not belonging to a group or, like, oh, I'd like to be accepted into something. It's not that. It's being loved even though you've made a mistake. Now, I know a little bit about you. What were you like in school? Obviously, you said your dad was an elementary school teacher, and you went to that school. Yes?
No. He taught at a different school.
Oh, okay. So were you, tell me about, like, were you a good girl, which we all know you were, but you're a rule follower. Was that hammered into you from the beginning?
Yeah, but I was actually, and people are always shocked when I say this, I was a jerk as a kid. Like, I was mean to my friends.
Were you a bully?
Not a bully, but I was just very controlling. And I feel like sometimes you can still see that reflected in my behavior. And I've told, no, but I've told people, like, and this lasted for a while. I had this thing where, like, if one thing didn't go my way, even the stupidest thing in my schedule, like, I couldn't go. And I still plan out my whole day. If I have a day to myself, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this, this, and this in this order.
Checklist.
And at these time stamps. And if things get changed around, I get a little anxious. And, like, it used to be really bad. And I tell this story a lot. Is one time I had this plan. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to this mall. It's like an hour away, and my mom's going to take me because I can't drive. And I'm going to get a new school outfit, probably like 9th grade. And my mom used to get raging migraines. So she got a crazy migraine like the day before and was like, I'm really sorry. I don't think I'm going to be able to take you to the mall tomorrow. I was so upset. I like threw a tantrum. Mind you, this is 9th grade. And I'm just like so mad because my schedule got changed. I'm like, I can't handle this. And it still worked out. And she still took me the next day because she felt better. God bless my mother. But like, that was the way I would kind of act about things. And I think
Would you feel bad?
Not
guilty?
Not when I was a kid. When I like as in like 2nd grade.
What about 9th grade?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a little bit. Now looking back on it, I'm like, wow, I was awful. Like, that's why I said that. And in 2nd grade, I was really controlling, like, going back to the independence thing. My teacher was like, you're the top reader in the class. You're going to run the reading group. So I ran the top reading group in my class. Yeah, in 2nd grade, which you're probably like, this is real. Yes.
There's
so
still
I
kids
was
to
like,
this day talking about Julia.
No, like my classmates will still be like, you were like, I don't know if this is crazy to say in a podcast, but they were like, you were the Hitler, like the fascist leader of the reading group in 2nd grade, because I would tell kids.
That's what teachers call you. That's a good thing.
No, the kids called her that.
Yeah.
Oh, the kid. Yeah.
No, because I can remember kids in my
Not a
head
big
where
Jewish population in Rochester, apparently.
they would mess up on like words, or they wouldn't read books right, and I'd be like, one more wrong book and you're kicked out of the group. And this is like 100% genuine.
2nd grade.
In 2nd grade. So I think there was a turning point where I kind of reflected on that year, maybe a couple years later, and I was like, wow, I was a really bad friend and I was a really mean kid. And that's when my like people pleaser arc started.
Really? That
Yes.
was
that, like, I attribute it to that because I was really awful.
let's definitely get back to people pleaser. But you mentioned everything has to go right. Everything has to go, I don't want to say my way,
Yeah.
but to a degree, your way.
Yeah.
But isn't that more a reflection of your high need for security? Because if something goes wrong,
Yeah.
that's a variable. Like, to me, they actually don't match up. Because if I have such a high need of acceptance and something doesn't go my way, well, I don't want to make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
So is that more of a need of security? Like, I have to control all of the variables.
Yeah, I would say I try to, and the thing is, like, on the surface, I would try to play it off like, no, it's completely okay, and that's more me playing into the like people pleaser, being like, I don't want to make anyone upset, I don't want to ruffle any feathers, like, it's fine, I'm fine, and I'll just keep pushing through, because at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. And it's like me telling myself that to try and talk myself down and be like, you don't need to get anxious about this, it's stupid, you're literally doing this like 2 hours later, and you're rearranging your schedule, like, you don't have to get stressed about it. But it's how my brain runs. It's a fun place.
Growing up, how are you disciplined? Was there timeouts? Were you, you're the first, so it's a little stricter than the second?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Well, there's a lot of
That's-
reactions there. Yeah, it was definitely,
That's how I felt for a long time. Looking back on it, it was very even punishment wise. It was mostly like a timeout family, but I did throw a lot of tantrums throughout probably elementary and middle school.
So looking back, why?
why? What, the tantrums?
Yeah.
I think it was just like, once again, things wouldn't go my way, or my mom and I do have very similar personalities in the sense that we're very emotional and kind of dramatic. Sorry, Mom, if you hear this. We're both very dramatic. And so she
It's not
would...
inherently an insult.
No. But hopefully in this context, she wouldn't hear it that way. But yeah, so I think what would happen is she'd be like, if you're going to keep acting like this, I'm just not going to talk to you right now. I'm going to wait till you cool down. And so I would get all like fussy and upset. And I would like just start yelling and crying. And I'd be like, you can't treat me like this. You can't treat me like this. And then she would pull the classic parent and be like, I'm going to record you and you can watch this later and see how awful you're being. And I'd be like, no.
I kind of
That
like your
was-
mom's parenting style.
No, she did well.
Yeah, I'm down for that. But you would throw these tantrums.
Yeah.
Did it ever get the response you wanted? Like what? I'm
No, honestly, my parents did not break.
Yeah. So I'm curious about like.
Why it persisted.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she didn't. She doesn't throw tantrums now.
Well, that's true. In the long run,
Thank goodness.
In the long run, you are such a you are now just like this even keel, like
Thanks, Chris.
responsible young adult. You know what I mean? Like you just. Well, I don't know. I only see you in certain settings, but like you
Yeah.
sure seem like you are just like
I would
handling
say
life in
I'm
a calm way.
Yeah, I've seen that way to probably 90% of people in my life. But I don't throw tantrums. I still get very dramatic, and poor Joe bears the brunt of that.
Uh-oh.
Where I just like, I will complain about things. I am a chronic complainer. I will just complain the heck out of things and be like, this is so annoying. And I'll retell stories and I dramatize them, and that gets me in trouble sometimes.
I think all things are relative because he's never once said to me, "Oh, Julia's at it again. She's telling another story."
Well, I feel like he's not one to complain about his relationships in that way. Perhaps.
He has in the past.
Oh.
I'll just leave it at that.
Well, never mind.
But all things are relative. But I want to go backwards to your need for attention. And so your things aren't going your way, which goes to security. You know, I don't like it's not my way. But then when you act out and you have a tantrum, the attention you get, you don't want. Because your mother's saying, I'm going to record you. I'm going to show this.
Yeah.
And so it's like, no, I don't want that attention either. You know what I mean? So now you have a very low need of attention now. And I wonder if that's one of the reasons why, like, that it was.
Yeah. And I think because I also knew, like, I always knew what I was doing. And I think I knew that it was like shameful that I'm acting this way. And I'm like, I don't want my mom to be disappointed in me, but I'm upset and I'm just going to let it out because you just have to let your feelings out. Now I'm in very much of a place where I'm like, I don't need to let all those feelings out. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's bad. So
You wrote something
do
down.
with that what you will.
I wrote a drop down.
Nice.
But I did have a thought on respect, oddly enough.
What?
Yeah.
Brian talking about respect? That's crazy.
Before this, it's like catnip to me. I'm attracted to it. Right before we went on, you were talking about you are kind of a closed book. You don't, you're guarded.
Yeah.
And we were talking about why that is. And you said, well, really, I don't think I'm that interesting.
Yeah.
Which to me goes into that need of respect or lack of need of respect.
Right.
You know?
What's there to respect?
What's there to respect?
I'm just
Why
like
would anybody
anybody
listen
else.
to me? Yeah. What's interesting about me?
That's funny because to me it sounds more like where her hurts go. Like, do your hurts go to self-condemnation? Like when somebody's upset with you, or you're like, do you go to
When your
"I'm the
needs aren't
worst"?
met.
When your needs aren't.
Do you want to explain that real quickly, where the four hurts go? Or the place?
Where the four places hurts go.
The four places hurts
I
go.
would love to. So when your emotional needs are not met,
or taken from you.
or are taken from you, there are four places. So guilt, self-condemnation, anger, fear.
It does sound like early on it went to anger.
Right.
Yeah.
Tantrums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really say now. I would say probably more towards self-condemnation, because whenever something goes wrong or someone has something to say about what I'm doing, I think it becomes really internal, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this actually happened recently with a situation that came up with a girl I was friends with for 4 years of college, and she basically came out and was like, yeah, I feel like for the past 2 years I've had all of these complaints about how you've treated me, and you've treated me like crap, and like you're not loyal, you're not trustworthy, all these things. You talk to me really rudely. And I just like took a step back and was like, oh my gosh, do I treat all of my friends like this? Like, am I that awful person that I was in the past? And like I've always been like that, and it just never changed. And I had to do luckily I had some time away from her where I was able to like reflect. And I actually did talk to my best friend since preschool. So we've been friends for 18 years now or something like that. And I was talking to her and I was like, do you feel like I've treated you this way? And the same with my one of my best friends from church who I live with now. And I was like, do you feel like I speak to you in this way? And like, that's how you've felt the entire friendship, and you just haven't said anything to me. And they both were like, no, that's not how we feel. So unless they were lying, whatever. But anyways.
You're way ahead of a lot of people just because you do step back and like self-reflect and stuff like that. But so in your self-reflection, do you think you were talking to this person differently than your other friends?
Like some of her arguments were valid. Like I said, we both were not sinless in the situation.
Okay.
But like it was a lot of playing the blame game and a lot of holding grudges, where there were things she'd done and I was like, you know what, I'm over it. It happened. We're done. And it's fine because we're best friends and we live together. And with her, it was like, no, I'm holding these with me.
Well, and if she's holding grudges, then she is hearing whatever you say through that filter.
Yeah.
And so there's,
So, and I am like a generally sarcastic person. And I feel like a lot of the people I'm friends with, or like Joe, is also a very sarcastic, joking person. And
never noticed.
You're right. Yeah, just went right over your head. Yeah, but
Because he's so small.
I was going to say that's a short joke. I'm in a short chair tonight. And I'm short.
But yeah, I think some of the things I said, she just took very poorly because she was already upset at me. And it was kind of a thing where like that tension was just building and building. And like every little thing I'd say, she'd be like, why would you have to say that? Because whatever.
So let's look into the fact that, once again, the question remains, where do your hurts go? Mm-hmm. Because it used to be anger. I mean, I've known you now for a little over a year.
Yeah.
Haven't seen you angry.
No.
No,
I don't really get angry.
You said you get angry at situations, though. That might not be an emotional reaction, or because her emotional needs aren't being met, but you just get frustrated with like, I can't, you complain to Joe or whatever you were saying before, like, oh, I can't believe this happened today, and da 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 da.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is a good point, Chris. I think I do. No. Like I still get frustrated about things. I just try to contain it, and really I only let it out to a couple people. So that goes back to the guardedness. Like I don't let these quote unquote bad emotions out and except in front of like the closest
because
people
you're afraid
in my
of what
life.
people will think of you. Are they still going to love me when they see this side of me?
Yeah.
Which goes to the acceptance.
Yeah. So it's basically like
So
my
maybe
mom.
it is
I think,
still
and
anger,
Joe.
actually, but you just because you are certainly, in my observational opinion, self-deprecating
Yeah. Yes.
to an annoying level.
Sorry.
Because there are people.
Wow, they got a cackle out of you.
Well, no, like it's like when we go, like when we're in St. Lucia or when we're on vacation, and there are certain women wearing.
Wait.
Audacity, stop. Is YouTube still rolling when this happens?
Yeah. We're pausing for a second just
excellent
with
connection.
a tech difficulty.
And go.
In St. Lucia, or when we were just in any vacation, and there are certain women, and for that, women wearing thong bikinis that one would think, I would say, me speaking for myself, should not be based on their body type. Rachel will say, you know what? I really admire their confidence. Well, in the same way, there are people who are far more confident than you are, and they shouldn't be. And you're self-deprecating. So there's humility, which is, I'm not better than anybody else, but you present as, oh, I'm so much worse than everybody else, which goes to self-condemnation.
Right.
But you're not self-condemning. You don't like if you got yelled at work tomorrow, which goes to your need of security, which is one of your highest ones. Would you think I'm the worst, or would you get angry?
Oh, I would think I'm the worst. I wouldn't get angry because I'd be like, oh, this is my fault. They're right. Probably going to the sense of like, they're higher ups. They've been doing this longer. They know what they're saying. Like,
when
this
you had
is
problems
my
with
fault.
your roommate, your first reaction was anger, or was it, oh my gosh, I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible friend.
Well, more the terrible friend, I guess. That one's harder because I think just there's so many layers.
You had
to
a little
it.
more evidence as well, like
Well, yeah, and I think,
to the contrary, I should say, evidence to the contrary.
yeah,
Like, no, I'm not a bad,
there was somewhere else I was going to go with that, but I forgot. So if I remember, I'm sorry if I cut in.
Well, are you a fearful person? Because that would go with security as well. Like, if you have a high need of security, I don't want this to happen again. I have to manage everything. I have to manage all my relationships so I don't get hurt again. I have to make sure the reading group does their assignments so we don't get yelled at.
Not that I've noticed. Like, I don't think there's anything specific that I could point out to that. But I did remember the other comment about the roommate was
Ex-roommate, but
what I'd well.
Oh, never mind.
Not
go on.
Not ex.
Go on.
Not
go
ex
on.
currently.
Spill the beans. Spill the tea.
But which this I said to her when we had another conversation later on. But I was like, I think when I took a step back and thought about it, I realized that there was a weird power dynamic between us where you were the more outspoken personality out of the two of us. And being that I've always been like, it's me and my best friend. And that's how I was all through like grade school with my friend who I've known since preschool. And then with her in college, it was like I always just was like, you know what? We'll do what she wants. We'll do this. We'll do that. Like, she's definitely the one in the right because she's more this. So like that was my mentality. And I told her, I was like, I'm sorry. And I wish I could tell you why it was that way. But like, that's just how I'm wired. And I think that was part of the issue why we had these problems and let them fester for 2 years.
Do you find yourself comparing yourself to people?
Often.
Really?
Yes.
So I think that can create a deficit for you. And I don't know where I'm going with that. It was an observation.
Yeah. Well, in point of clarification, your hurts can go to more than one.
Yeah, but they predominantly go to one.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So it does seem like self-condemnation. Sort of hesitate. No,
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I mean, yes, for the most part.
Let's try to hurt Julia in as many like quick ways as possible, and we'll
and then we
pull
see. Good
her.
point.
Yeah.
So we'll just see where it
Yeah.
goes.
You're so smart, Chris.
So, but do you suffer from? And Eric is on tech today. and-
Diabetes.
No, she's. I don't.
Not yet.
Yes, you can still earn it the old type 2 ways, but imposter syndrome.
Oh, yeah. And people would even ask me that at work when I started. They were like, are you experiencing imposter syndrome right now? And I was like, yes.
Really?
Because, like-
Just in conversation?
Yeah, I think a couple people
Patience.
asked me. And I was...
They're like, hey, you did a nice job. You're like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things the male coworker told me the other day when he said it was him who gave the compliment. Is he was like,
I kind of hope it
yeah,
wasn't.
I like noticed that now, I don't know, I think you're just so proficient and like you speak so easily with your patients that like people wouldn't realize you're only a year and a half out from school from like working in the dental school. And I was like, okay, like honestly, fair point. But I mean, I still experience imposter syndrome because they're just, especially the people in my office, they've all been working there essentially like 8 years or more. And that's kind of rare for a dentist office these days. So I'm like,
And that's intimidating
I don't
to
know
walk
what I'm
into.
doing.
Because you're walking into a culture.
Yeah.
Do you have that kind of thing where like, oh, they're real adults. I'm not a real adult.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that took me forever to get over. I mean, Hopefully it's quicker for you.
You're over that?
Yes. You're not?
Gosh, no.
Oh, you're the most, well, I was going to say you're the most adult person I know.
You didn't say mature.
In some way, that's right. That's right.
Dude, people come to me and I'm like, why are you oh, yeah, because I'm a pastor. I'm 54 years old. That's cool.
I think it took me to about 40, 44, 45 until I was like, yeah,
I'm a real boy.
Yeah.
So we had a death in the church, 93-year-old matriarch. Joined the church in 1955. Just want to throw that out there.
That's before I was born.
Yes. I was 2 years before my parents were married. So
It's a long time ago.
But her daughter is a longtime member of our church as well. And we were talking about who's going to give the eulogy. And the brother said, well, I'm going to be speaking, and the daughter said, I just can't. I'm just going to be sitting there crying. I can't do it. I'm going to be crying. And I turned to her, and this goes to, being an adult. I turned to her and said, let me be a pastor for 1 minute. I said, don't you dare for 1 second. And I'm pointing at her. So it's a real big adult pastor move. I said, talk when I'm talking. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry for your loss.
Shut your mouth. Sit down.
Shut your mouth. Know your role. No, but I said, don't you allow the enemy to make you feel guilty. I said, you have been used by God because she took care of her mother for the last 20 years. I don't know. Lived with her, took care of her, guided her all the way into heaven. I said, don't you for 1 second think because you can't speak at the funeral that somehow you failed? So in that moment, I took that step to be an adult.
Yeah.
And then she kept crying. No, I'm just kidding. She thanked me. But imposter syndrome. Troy Hawk. If you're with us now or later, look up Troy Hawk. You may say, who is Troy Hawk?
Who is?
I have sent you guys all reels. He is the guy that wears the purple smoking jacket and just goes around complimenting people.
Oh, yeah.
And he's from the Greeters Guild. He was on a podcast talking about how he started the character that he is now. And he said because he suffered from imposter syndrome, and he said that the key to that was to become an imposter. Because the only person who is, what did he say? The cure for imposter, or the only person who knows they're not an imposter, that knows they're an imposter is an imposter. Because you know you're faking.
Okay.
He said if you think you have imposter syndrome, you don't. Because
Or you have the syndrome, but you're not.
No, you're
There's
not
sort of
an
a-
imposter.
Right.
If you're worried about being an imposter, no, you've already made it. You're just disqualifying it.
See,
So he
Julia.
broke out of it by being an imposter because he knows, yes, now I'm an imposter.
Right.
It's
Like
dizzying,
an imposter inception.
if you will. I have a question for you.
Okay.
This is important. Given that your comfort is 4, this has nothing to do with that. If you could have a ring that if you touch a book, you would get all the knowledge of the book. Or you can have a van that you can get into and go anywhere in the world, any time in history. Which would you choose and why? A ring absorbs all the knowledge out of a book that you have to physically touch. A van you can get in time travel and go anywhere in history. Brian's
I think
got a
it's too. I
disgustingly
think it's
sneering
too
face.
Christianly to be like, I'm gonna put the ring to the Bible. Honestly, I would say the van.
Oh, wait. Well, no, you don't have to say the book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say
It could be any book.
I think
You know
that'd be
it's-
like
it's
too cliche.
It's every book you touch.
Every book
For
you
the rest
touch.
of your life.
I don't.
That's
I,
what.
Sorry, no, go, Brian, go.
You're not touching
This is your
nerves
question.
with Brian here.
This is your question.
Well,
No,
no,
you
we're
got
gonna we're gonna all answer.
Get
It was
in
on
there.
it was
Get in
from a
there,
different
Brian. That's all
podcast, a
you.
lesser known podcast.
The ring in the book is what basically what AI is for now. So that's pretty much out. And so
a good point.
you got to go with the.
But there's a difference between referencing and knowing.
Sure. AI is going to help you know much more.
Once
though,
the
so,
chip all goes
yeah.
in.
Right. I mean, yeah, that is the ring. No, go with the time machine van.
Your time machine van?
100%.
Do you know how frustrating?
Dangerous though.
Whatever.
How frustrating it would be to have all that knowledge, and but that doesn't mean
And
like
know that you chose that and you can't go back in time in a van?
no.
That would be terrible.
That would be because I would
What
choose
if you
the
read a
van
book
also.
on time travel?
I would definitely choose the van, but like you have all this knowledge, that doesn't mean people are going to believe you.
Yes,
You're still
good
like
point.
like
You're still Chris, man.
I feel like in my mind too, like I would pick the van because I don't think people are meant to have that much knowledge, if that makes sense.
Who says you got to use it all the time?
Oh, okay, all right. But no, I'm just like, I don't know, especially when I think about the Bible, I'm like, we were never meant to have every single answer. So it's like, realistically, I just don't think it would work. Kind of like what you were saying, like to have all the knowledge from every book out there.
I love the voice.
Well, but you don't have to touch every book,
Oh, right.
right?
I'm not going to make any jokes about any books I wouldn't want to touch. Next.
Sounds like
Hey, should have been at the Faith Community Church used book sale, man. There were some books
Ooh-wee.
there, boy. Let me tell you. So,
Touching books. Don't you like the little, like when you were a kid, like the little fur, like the pet the cat in the book and
the
the.
scratch.
I did enjoy that.
The scratch
I don't
book.
think I don't think it give me much knowledge, Chris.
That's true.
Are those all the books you're touching? Because that makes a lot of sense.
wow, zing! Bang! That wasn't even angry. That was just awesome.
I gotta hit my quota. It's like one joke per week.
You're funny. You're funnier than
Self-condemnation.
Oh, it's all over the place. It's gross.
I make that joke to Joe all the time. He'll laugh at something and be like, "Wow!" I'm like, "Yep, see, I made one funny joke this week. Hit my quota."
And what does he say when that happens?
I think he just goes, "Oh," and that's it.
He becomes his grandmother, God rest her soul. Oh, honey.
Oh, honey.
He might actually say that.
Somebody said, what if somebody did know how to time travel? How people talk about, would you go back and kill baby Hitler? And they're like, maybe that's why Hitler was so angry that all these people from all these different time periods just another one trying to kill him.
That's
Did you
awesome.
send me the job interview of the guy?
Yeah, that's delightful.
It's one of the best.
The guy put it on his resume that he killed baby Hitler, that he invented a time machine. And the guy interviewing him was like, I can't hire you. And he's like, but I'm qualified. He goes, you killed a baby. And he goes, baby Hitler? And he goes, once again, I have no idea who that is.
Who is Hitler?
Because he was killed as a baby and never became.
Right, right.
And he was like, I didn't
Very
think
clever.
that through.
Very clever.
If you go.
I was going to say, so a couple weeks ago at the Penn Hills football game, you were supposed to be handing out hot dogs and
Oh, yes.
other things.
Yes.
It's a weird title. Yeah. And the hot dog hander outer girl there at the
dog
old
hander
football
out. She
game.
was giving the kids some
hot dogs.
As part of.
As part of Young Life and outreach, and it became a, what would be the word? Failure?
Yes, I was
Abject
actually going to say that
failure.
exact word.
Nothing worked the way that it should have.
No hot dogs. We had hot dogs.
How was that to you? How did you react to that? Because it didn't go according to the plan.
I think since it wasn't the plan didn't come from me. It was
correct.
your plan.
I take no ownership
right.
to
I
this
was
train
like,
wreck.
I was just, I think, disappointed.
Yes, Christina and I put that together.
So, yes, sorry. Credit to Christina. She was the spearhead of that
No,
evening.
me.
Oh,
the
sorry.
spearhead of that
and
failure.
our lovely announcer. Oh, don't put it like that, Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gosh, Chris.
I
so
thought it was
weird.
already established it was a failure.
Why are you being so short?
Oh, but yes, I think I was just disappointed because I really was excited to meet some kids because I also I have more limited access to meeting kids from Penn Hills. So I was like, wow, this is my chance. I actually get to be there and be in it. And then I was like, oh, there's 2 kids here.
But then you went to the game, and while you sat with Christina and Julian and her parents, you guys made several forays into the mass of students.
Yeah.
And as a Young Life leader, that you're going out and entering kids' world. You're not just hoping they come to events. You're entering their world, and you did that night.
Yeah.
And for many Young Life leaders, it's the scariest thing that they do. To go into a kid's world, to go last night, I was standing in the student section at the volleyball match, and I was just like, this used to be scary, And then and an adult mocked me, by the way, afterwards. Beth Strauss, she goes, "Wow, you really stood out over there," and I was like, "Oh yeah, good, whatever, I don't care." But you have a high need of acceptance. You don't want a kid to be like, "Ew, what's up, old lady?" You have a high need for high need for security. So how was it walking around with Christina, who does know a lot of kids, and you who know none, mostly?
Right. I think it was.
Where did you go? What'd that look like?
I think it was also nerve-wracking because she was also dipping her toes into the whole outreach part of it, and I think she took it in stride and she did great. She was giving kids the cards with like when we were meeting. She knew exactly what to say, and just kind of following them. And I think it was a good time for me to like bond with them, because I mean, I don't really see any of you guys outside of Tuesday night. Well, not counting you, but
You, me.
everyone, sorry, you as in Jay. Everyone else, I don't really see outside of Tuesday nights. So it's like, it's not like we're connecting in that way. And Christine and Julian are like the closest in age to me and Joe. So I'm like in the closest in life stage, I guess. So I'm like, oh, it was nice to spend time with them and kind of get to know them out of the context of like being at your house, Jay.
Sure.
So that was also nice. And I think what sold it for me was when we like kind of mingled by the student section, and Corey noticed us and was like, oh, hey.
Corey's
and
a student.
Yes. And he made like direct eye contact with me and was like, what's up? And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, now this is really sweet. Like, this is why I want to be doing stuff like this, because you're actually making a connection with at least one kid where they recognize you. And it's like the fact that, you know, getting that from a high schooler like makes you excited. You're like, man, like this kid remembers me. And he doesn't
crazy
think
the
I'm a
power that
loser.
that is.
I think
So-
I think it's amazing, like you were saying, Jay. Your need for security is really high. It's one of your highest. Your need for acceptance is really high, and yet you genuinely want to go do that. That seems very contradictory to me, and I applaud you for that desire to go do that, in spite of those reservations that these emotional needs would say you have.
Yeah.
She's risking those in the, well, not that you're in it for yourself, but just emotionally, like you're risking those and potentially getting some of that, like, what was the oh my gosh, appreciation, which is one of your very highest,
Yeah.
like back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, it should be noted, the motivation for doing it is, you know, that God has put it on your heart. Right. You want to love kids on behalf of God.
Yeah.
So, you know, we teach people in Young Life, like, hey, you know, they're not rejecting you, they're rejecting God. They don't know it, you know, and unless you're an idiot and you're doing it wrong. But, you know, I always want to point
There
that
is
out.
that.
But so that is your extra motivation. Like,
Yeah.
okay. And I'm grateful that you had a positive experience at the football game, because it is, I mean, contact work, most people don't want to do it.
It's uncomfortable.
Right. And it's for you to do it, it's great. But the safety net is, hey, I'm doing this for God. You know, but like I said, I'm grateful that it went well for you.
Yeah.
Because there are times that it's just terrible.
Right.
And in those stripes that we earn, you know, I've told the story before. 9th grade swimmer at Woodland Hills High School, the first year I was a volunteer. She's like, you're scaring people. And I was like, all right, never mind. And I just ran away. Like, I don't want that anymore. Now, you know, you get a little more used to it. So that's an exciting thing. Tell me about, not very quickly, but to whatever degree, grew up in the church, came to know the Lord. How? What's your testimony in that regard?
Yeah.
Because
So
that's a big motivation of who you are.
yeah, well, yeah, and that's great. That'll connect everything we just talked about. So, yeah, I grew up in the church. I went to church with my mom basically since I like could remember. And she goes to a non-denominational church, so I grew up with a lot of kids, and we were really close. She had like a mom's group, and my brother and I would just do stuff with those kids together. And then middle school, we kind of like fell off, and we didn't really go to youth group or anything. We started going to church with my dad, who goes to Catholic church, so it was more like, oh, we went to Sunday school and we went to mass with him, and then we like got, mind you, I'd been baptized before at my mom's church at like age 10, and then we both got baptized and confirmed there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we kind of got a foot in
the
both.
Catholic
You rocked
Yeah.
out all the sacraments, did you?
We did.
Bag them
We did
out?
the 3-in-1, baby.
So
And then
Oh, you did. You got the triple play.
your parents are together, but they're going to separate.
they're not the same denomination. So they've, as like since I was born, they go to separate churches. And
under the same roof, and they made it work, and that's
yeah,
great. That's
yeah.
wonderful.
Honestly, like
Okay.
it's worked out fine. And then my brother and I think in high school we finally came to the decision like we're gonna choose where we want to go for ourselves, and I decided that I resonated
Hindu.
more with I was like, so actually
Yes.
guys, I'm gonna be a Buddhist.
Yeah.
No, so I started going to
Actually.
church with my mom, but still it was very like individualistic, And that's kind of my testimony, is it stems from that. Like, I just thought it was me and God, and I was kind of like, whatever. And I just focused on that, like, pray on my own and go to church on Sunday, and that's okay. And then I got to college, and I was like, yeah, I should look for a church, whatever. And the very first day I was at school, I saw these people playing volleyball, and
I get you.
that volleyball outreach, that'll do it. But my 2 freshman year roommates, who both are non-Christian, they were like, oh my gosh, we have to go play volleyball, Julia. And I was like, nah, I'm okay. I'm good. I don't want to be with all these random people. Very scared, because I'm obviously, like, I'm in college in a different state. I know no one. I came from a small school, so it's not like when you go to NA and 5,000 people from your graduating class are at Pitt too. So I knew nobody. And I was like, oh, I'm okay. I'll just hang with you guys in a corner. And they're like, no, we're playing. And it turned out that they were like a ministry group, and that's who I've been with since. And connecting back to our previous part of the conversation, I attribute my ability to break out of my shell and, the things that are lower on my needs, like utilizing those, if that makes sense.
So you're
like
saying
for
that
my
like
faith.
church and everything up until college provided for you the foundation,
Yeah.
and your college ministry really helped you take off.
Yeah, I think that's where I found the need for community, and the fact that I can open up to these people that I don't know as well, because we have that shared baseline of faith. And that has been such a solid backing and support system for me, especially in times like right now where I'm having like friendship drama and stuff like that. I think that's been great. And also, it's just given me so much knowledge and perspective on like what I want to do with my life, because I think a lot of people going into college, they're the mindset like, I just want to get a job, I want to make money, I want to get out of here, I want to live a comfortable life.
Get your MRS degree.
So true, yes. And so it changed my perspective, and I was like, man, you know what? I don't really care how much money I make. Like, I going to the high need of security, I was like, screw it. Someday, like, I'm going to do medical missions. I'm just going to throw away everything I have here and kind of just go somewhere and do what I love that I went to school for, but just somewhere totally different, and leave everything here kind of behind, in quotes. Not really, because I still would be connected to everyone, but like, just kind of leave behind my comfortable life here. And so I think I've been trying to do that in little ways since I
Done a great
changed.
job of it. Yeah. You've allowed
my
God to change you.
perspective.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of cool. In conclusion, if out of your fingers, each of your 5 fingers, you could have a fluid come out, an unlimited supply, what would each of the 5 fingers be?
oh, it has to be 5 different liquids.
Right.
Okay. Iced coffee, but it has to be flavored, not too sweet, not too creamy.
You get to decide.
Perfect iced coffee.
Thank you. Perfect
Yeah.
iced coffee.
Okay.
Dr. Pepper. But I'm not a big soda drinker, so that's, on an as-needed basis.
Maybe your little finger.
Yes.
That's
Also,
Pinky's Dr. Pepper.
nice. Also good for like contact work. Hey, anybody need a refill?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
there you go. Take the pepper pinky.
Yeah. The pepper pinky. The Dr. Pepper pinky.
Dr. Pepper, iced latte, water. Oh gosh, what else?
Water. Water's good.
Oh, best tea ever, Trader Joe's Autumn Blend.
Whoa. I think Mr. Turner would have something to say about that.
Well, this one's hot, It's
okay,
it's
tea,
different.
got
It's
it.
different. Yeah, not sweet tea. Oh gosh.
What about something utilitarian?
Oh,
Like that you
useful.
don't drink?
Oh, see, my brain doesn't go to useful, Chris. Okay.
Like what about like windshield washer fluid? I am
What if
always so
I-
annoyed. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fine. You're missing a bigger one.
I'll say olive oil. I could just
Ooh, olive oil.
Douse the
That's a
pan.
good one.
Thank you.
That's your 5th.
There you go. I'm done.
You're going windshield washer fluid?
Yeah, because
All
I'm
you,
so
Chris.
annoyed every time. How
It is
often?
annoying. No, I'll give you that. It's annoying.
How? Yeah, right. How much do you use?
I run out of windshield washer fluid way more
once,
often.
if you need it in the wintertime once and you don't have it, that's enough.
Yeah.
Especially if you're
That's
delivering
actually-
water.
Especially if you're delivering water.
I'm not giving up a finger for it though.
Yeah,
Eric said he's not
That's
giving up a
true.
finger for it.
That's
You're
true.
not cutting them off.
Brian,
You're
you got
just
any fingers you're going to add to that? What do you can fill your fingers with?
Well, in a couple years ago, it would have been rum, vodka, gin.
Talk about the friends you can make there.
Yeah, buddy. Life of the party right there. I would do milk because I love milk.
Oh, your finger would stink. Oh, it's got a tight valve. Yeah. Finger valve.
This technology is clean and,
Sure.
and modern
Non-existent.
and non-existent. I might go I might go lime spindrift.
Whoa.
That's a new a seltzer.
Yeah, it's a new seltzer. It's real lime.
Could have heard him crack it open in real time if we had it.
Just a little bit earlier.
I figured.
Yeah, I'd probably go with gasoline.
Gasoline.
Maybe
I
just
don't use that, so I don't
crude oil, just in case, it's
Is
always
it-
going to be good for something.
Is it bad that my first brain wave went to fart gas?
Oh my
I was like, what are we torturing people with this or
That's
what?
awesome, though. Toot gas, with all due respect to my wife.
Could you make?
Oh.
I already have something that does that. Go on.
Could you make money? Then gasoline is like the
That's
perfect.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, you could be your own gas station.
Yeah, but if it comes out of your finger, doesn't it come out in a trickle? I mean, who's gonna want to stand there?
Same thing that shuts off your milk valve.
Wait.
Oh. I think that'd be the perfect joke. You pull my finger is real. You pull my finger and you're like, oh.
You know that I meant gasoline,
I
right?
do.
Okay.
I do know. I'm just still thinking. I'm still thinking about the two. Like it's not going away.
I do.
Just to clarify, listeners.
And probably I would go with liquid molding for discs.
Oh, that's fun.
So
You're
you-
very practical.
On brand.
So I could just make my own discs all the time. I just thought of that now. Anyhow, hey, Julia, we are very, very blessed to be with you here for your first time here. Pretty soon you're going to go past Joe a number of times at the table. He prides himself on being the highest.
He would never let me.
No,
He's like the fifth host.
he thinks so.
Oh, okay. He's not. I don't know who.
Like Tom Hanks.
No, he thinks he's not. I mean, he thinks he has the most appearances besides us.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't.
I think he does.
Yeah.
I think
At this point,
it's getting there, but I still think Amy's probably out.
Oh yeah, Amy Raymond.
Yeah.
I don't know. Julia's listened to every single podcast, so she could tell us.
Yeah. Anything else you want to finish with that everyone should know about Julia?
Why would you put me on the spot like that?
After everything,
After she
Right.
rolled with the
After
finger question, she
everything.
nailed that. Now she's like,
I hit a 2 joke max tonight, so I'm like done.
"You're done. You're not going to be
Tapped
funny
out.
for like a month."
Yeah, sorry guys.
Well, that's how we're going to end episode 298. Join us next week live on Wednesday evening around 8:30 for episode 299. We're getting real close here to 300, guys. Between now and then, please give us a like or follow on social media. Visit us at lunchtimeinrome.com. And while there, you can take our relational needs questionnaire just like Julia did. Thanks for joining us at the table for Lunchtime in Rome.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.